I was asked how I found out that Richard Brautigan had lived here, and the Tacoma Arts magazine back a number of years ago put out a thing. I don't know whether the whole article was about Richard Brautigan or what it was about, but in the article it said that the earliest known address for Richard Brautigan was 1346 South Fawcett. And I said, wait a minute, I live there. In fact, I own that. Then we knew that, and I don't know, a year or so ago, we get this long official looking letter from this guy. I think it was from you. It was from somebody anyways.
Michael Hefflinger.
Oh, Michael, okay. And saying that, did you know that the house belonged, Richard Brautigan had lived here, and we'd like to put a plaque up for it. And then they came and visited us and said, well, we'd like to have a reading in your living room. And so we said yes to both. So the plaque is about to be unveiled, and then there'll be readings in the living room, and we're just excited about the whole thing. And to add into the whole poetry piece of this, every February, Phil Red Eagle has his birthday party here, and we do readings up in the. So this is where Phil Red Eagle has his birthday parties for the last 10 years or more. So some folks here have been here for Phil's birthday party.
But then you said not only was this an address where Brautigan had lived, but
Jesse Bernstein.
There you go.
Steve and Jesse Bernstein lived here with us, and upstairs on the table are some family photos with Jesse. His son, Damon, lived with us for quite a number of years. We were basically the second parents to Jesse's son. And Jesse would come and stay here as long as he would stay here. The same when we were up in Seattle. And he would move on.
So quite an address here.
Yes, it is. It is.
But let's not make it a national landmark.
No, we are not going to make it a national landmark, because that's when they tell you what you can do and what you can't do.
I see. I'm all for that. So do we have a Steve and Jesse Bernstein poem queued up? Joe, display board president, by the way, the chef for the weekend for the poets, so he deserves a hand for that. Him and Kathy.
This is called A Well-Planned Disappearance.
That was appropriate.
Because he seemed to be one of those guys that disappeared a lot. And there's a few things here about where you used to be and what you leave behind. A well-planned disappearance. When they find my bones on the ropes, they will know I slid away to freedom. Someone will suggest a search of the floor. Janitors fanning out with flashlights in the empty gymnasium will find at the base of the ropes my empty skin, like a Halloween costume with a hole in one knee. Somewhere a radio in the dark will alert the dogs and other scavengers of the soul. On the beach they will find the empty bottles, 2 records in the sand, a blonde wig, the broken bones of the dance. He also passed away on the beach as well, so there's a lot of stuff.
In Nia Bay. Yeah. Earlier today, over lunch, Lorna de Cervantes was talking about her Brautigan connection. So, do you want to talk about that? And do you want me to cue up that poem for you?
Yeah, would you read it? Do you have it? I didn't realize when I was invited here that until I saw the schedule that Brautigan had lived here in Tacoma, and now I live in Olympia for 3 years. I'm from San Jose, California, in a little barrio, and I just wanted to say that Richard Brautigan came to my high school in San Jose, California when I was a sophomore. He was a friend of my English teacher, and so he invited him to read for the class. And he read did a reading, and he did a little workshop on haiku, but you could do them any way you wanted to. And he read the, I used to be able to memorize it, and it wasn't until I got here. Haiku Ambulance. Now you gotta, this is like the Barrio School in San Jose, California. Haiku Ambulance. A piece of green pepper fell off the wooden salad bowl. So what? And I was the only one in the whole class who knew who Richard Brautigan was, and I was so starstruck, and he was so huge, and he was so gentle, and he was so generous with his time, you know, addressing these 16-year-olds. I don't know if they paid him or, you know, they were just going out for drinks after, you know, the class, but I just wanted to share that, so this is a wonderful coincidence. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. Would you like to read a poem and say something?
Sure. I was gonna read a poem. So this is if you can see the cover, I'm on it.
Oh yeah.
And it's so that you
I still recognize you.
welcome. You're just a few pages away from trout fishing in America. So this ended any thought of a modeling career for me because it couldn't have taken very long, and I was just like so exhausted. I was like, this is ridiculous.
And just for the record, who are you?
I am the Brautigan. So I want to read one for myself and for the 90,000 people that have been evacuated down in Northern California. So we're all going to be, I'm going to be going, hitting the ground running down there, doing whatever needs to be done. So this is something my father wrote. He could be extremely practical and extremely not practical. My joke about him is that his idea of a carpentry kit was a thumbtack. But he was really good at getting other people to do things. So Karma Repair Kit, items 1 through 4. Get enough food to eat and eat it. 2. Find a place to sleep where it is quiet and sleep there. 3. Reduce intellectual and emotional noise until you arrive at the silence of yourself and listen to it. 4. And then I had one more.
We'll saw on the update.
One more that I'd like to read, I think. And this is perhaps in this house. Perhaps this happened in this house. Because there's different apartments. Okay. The Chinese checker players. When I was 6 years old, I played Chinese checkers with a woman who was 93 years old. She lived by herself in an apartment down the hill from ours. We played Chinese checkers every Monday and Thursday nights. While we played, she usually talked about her husband, who had been dead for 70 years. And we drank tea and ate cookies and cheated. So, I'm looking at Mount Rainier. It's a beautiful thing. And thank you guys so much for having this beautiful poetry festival. And this is his first plaque. He's never had a plaque.
Wow.
So I'm sure he's thrilled with just the idea of a plaque. So
Go ahead
thank you
and-
so
go
much.
ahead and unveil
No,
it.
you guys do
No,
it.
you.
No,
You do it.
All right, this is.
Grab it and pull.
Okay.
So do you want to read that, the plaque?
You know what? You read it. You've got a good reading voice.
Oranges. I love this one. Oh, how perfect death computes an orange wind that glows from your footsteps, and you stop to die in an orchard where the harvest fills the stars. From the end of I Will Not Forget.
That's a Stephen Jesse.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
This
sorry.
one's-
Yeah.
So this one's Stephen Jesse
Yeah,
Bernstein
I
here.
just noticed that. Yeah.
For me, the moon over the water will fade into blackness, and only the softening voices of events will soak through my night like rain through a brown felt hat. So the rest of this says, this address, 1346 Fawcett Avenue, at 2 different times served as home for 2 renowned Cascadian poets, Richard Brautigan and Stephen Jesse Bernstein. So officially part of Cascadia history, and we're so grateful that you were here to be part of it.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you, all of you. You guys are amazing.
One more poem from the book?
Absolutely.
I'll read
Somebody
one
else
here.
choose.
I had it queued up here. It was past the Karma Repair Kit, and it was,
Thank you for the term Cascadian poet.
yeah. Well, we wanted to make.
So give me your title and I can help you find it.
Okay, it's Death is a Beautiful Parked Car Only for Emmett, and I'm guessing the Emmett is Emmett Grogan. Yeah. Death is a beautiful car parked only to be stolen on a street lined with trees whose branches are like the intestines of an emerald. You hot-wired death, get in and drive away like a flag made from 1,000 burning funeral parlors. You have stolen death because you're bored. There's nothing good playing at the movies in San Francisco. You joyride around for a while listening to the radio and then abandon death, walk away, and leave death for the police to find.